Number four is to feel the power of majority.
Mm.
So the king, literally, one of the first things that he said when he got in the car, I picked him up from LAX. He got in the car, and one of the first things he said after he gave me his hug and everything, "Oh, hi, Queen, I miss you." He was like, "Where are all the black people?"
Where'd they go?
And I was like, of course, I'm like, this looks about normal to what I've been seeing. It's not like there was no black people around. You get the little sprinkles. That was as we would normally see in Southern California.
Right.
But he came, I just imagined the culture shock. I could imagine the culture shock of literally you got on a plane where you are one of many. You are the majority. You are one of everybody else.
Yeah. Over 50% of Black Americans are unmarried, and only 2% of Black families in America have a net worth over $1 million.
We are on our journey to not only join that 2%, but grow that 2%.
Facts. I'm Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game, with my beautiful co-host.
I'm Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd. You can go to our website at them4show.com, our Instagram at them4show, and our YouTube channel at Melanated Married Millionaires in the Making.
And welcome to the M4 Show.
Number four is to feel the power of majority.
Mm.
So the king, literally, one of the first things that he said when he got in the car, I picked him up from LAX. He got in the car, and one of the first things he said after he gave me his hug and everything, "Oh, hi, Queen, I miss you." He was like, "Where are all the black people?"
Where'd they go?
And I was like, of course, I'm like, this looks about normal to what I've been seeing. It's not like there was no black people around. You get the little sprinkles. That was as we would normally see in Southern California.
Right.
But he came, I just imagined the culture shock. I could imagine the culture shock of literally you got on a plane where you are one of many. You are the majority. You are one of everybody else. Yeah. You get on a plane and you get off, and now you're back to this reality where we are 6% of the state, right? And the wake up call that may be providing you. So, from your experience, what was it like?
Literally, the plane ride from New York to Ghana was probably 99% Black, probably 70% African. So already just getting on the plane, like it already feels different. Like this is the original Soul plane.
Right.
Right here. You see the attitude that people are giving the stewardess. You see how there's one child on the plane, but everybody is that child's parent. Like literally that child got yelled at probably like 5 different queen mothers on the flight. It was hilarious. But yeah, it was just a different vibe. And then when you get to Accra, you get to Ghana, 99% of the people are African or Black or African diaspora. So it's just a different feel, right? You look at all the buildings, look at the buses, everything is being run by Africans, by Black people. There weren't people clutching their purse when I went into the elevator, right? No one was afraid of me.
Right. That's such a key thing.
It's so small.
But it's not.
Right? But it's like when you walk around in America, in LA, if people seem fearful, like they'll clutch their purse a little bit, they'll grab on their wife, they'll walk the other direction. Like there's weird stuff, but
follow you in the stores.
They'll follow you around in stores. But yeah, in Africa, it was like you're family. You're here. You're one of us. No one seemed afraid. The elevators were really small. Everyone seemed welcoming, happy. Hey, how you doing? Where you going? Yeah, it's just interesting to not have to actively be aware of your Blackness. So you can literally just be a human. You can just walk through restaurants, hotels, the streets of Africa, not at night, still during the day. It's still a place. Be smart now. But just be human. Don't worry about, I'm a Black man. How am I looking like this? Are people judging me for my locks? Are people looking at my beard? Like, am I walking too crazy? It's just be. It was, it's a different feeling to be in the majority, to be surrounded by people who look like you. And it's good stuff.
So I do have some notes on that. Real quick shout out to Tim. He said he's taking notes from both of us, hoping that we are having a blessed Sunday. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and we got a lot to do. Definitely a requirement. We're planning a trip as well. Yes. Oh. Love it. Love to see it. One of the things what was coming to mind? Dang it.
I was talking about being in the majority,
Oh,
being
thank you. Thank
afraid.
you.
I got you.
So I was thinking about even so like being a Black person in America, the amount of stress it is just to be yourself,
Mm,
the amount of resistance, the amount of just stuff that we deal with just to exist
mm-hmm.
that would be lifted again if we were part of a majority, right? That like you said, I could just be.
Just be.
Like we have no idea how much energy, how much
Mm,
stress, how much time, effort, everything we put into just being here in this country.
mm,
And you can imagine like how would our health be?
mm,
How would our lifespan be? How would our just productive output as a member of society be if we were allowed to just be
mm.
as a Black person here in America? So that, man, that it's like crazy. There's so many
Yeah.
layers to it, to just your identity. And we had a whole conversation too on like, what is it like, how did it actually feel to be a Black person in America? Did you feel like, oh man, I'm the American, and like feel out of place, or did you just feel? He was kind of like, I just was like, I
Mm.
was just another person. And it's like, how often do we have the opportunity to feel that?
All right, we're gonna get back to the episode in a second, but breathe. If you've ever had a brilliant idea, I'm pretty sure everybody just took a breath right there, right? Because we all have amazing ideas. But I got a question for you. What's stopping you from taking that idea and actually making it into a business, actually executing on your brilliance? My name is Devon Truvel, and in 2018, I was able to create, market, and sell my own product while still working a 9 to 5. And through the years, I've taken the lessons we've learned, the expensive webinars that I've gone to, and the dozens of business books that I've read, and I've discovered 7 simple steps to launch your business. If you're ready to take your business idea to the next level and make it real and start making profit from your passion, head to www.launchitcommunity.com and grab yourself the book. We've been able to make it very simple, affordable, and easier than ever to start that business while still working your 9 to 5. And we take entrepreneurs every single Friday and we talk to them. We teach them about how to use social media. We teach them about how to set up their Instagram account, how to use Shopify, how to use Printful, and other tools that can help you take your business to the next level, but not take tons of time away from your 9 to 5 and your busy life that you already have. So if you're ready to take that idea to the next level, make sure you head to www.launchitcommunity.com, get yourself a book, and join our free accountability calls. Now, let's get back to the episode.
Like, for everybody listening, like think back to the last time that you just were, and you didn't have to have that hyper awareness, whether it's conscious or subconscious, of I am the only Black person in this room,
Mm,
or I am one of five, or whatever. I feel like it's, again, like you said, what is this person thinking of me? Oh, am I making them uncomfortable? Like
mhm.
all of these little thoughts and microaggressions that happen throughout our day. Yeah, it's just that's what I'm excited to experience in all of the places where we're traveling, is like, where do I feel the most at home? Like, where do I
Natural.
feel
Yeah.
the most just natural, where I can just be a person?
Yeah. So Du Bois has this. We got to go to Du Bois's museum. He moved and died in Accra in 1963. But he has the concept of double consciousness
Mm,
for African Americans living in America, that we have these two identities that are constantly at war, right? We have our Black self, our African self, our natural self, but then we also have the American side of us. And constantly these two identities are internally at war with each other.
mhm,
And it is our own dogged strength that stops us from being torn asunder.
mm.
All right. Powerful stuff. But think about, if you didn't have to have that internal fight, like you were
Right.
saying, how much energy does it take for our bodies
Constantly.
constantly, for our bodies, for our minds, for our spirits, not to rip apart because we're battling these two identities?
Mhm.
So to be able to be in Ghana, and I did feel still a little bit American, right? Because of the way I talked, the way that I dressed, like there was still that very slight tint of I'm a little bit different, but it was nowhere near what I
Mm.
feel walking through Riverside, Moreno Valley, Orange County. Like it's just a completely different vibe. So I think, yeah, something that everybody needs to experience. Queen,
Yes.
Before we get into number 5, Alondu, let us know where you're going in Africa. Tim, let us know where y'all want to travel in Africa. Let me see the spots and see if those are spots that we're also go to or places that we need to add to our list. Go ahead and drop them in the comments. But before we get into number 5, I want to get into our Ask Declare segment.
Okay.
And this is a question that came up during the trip. I was wearing our Melanated Millionaires in the Making shirt because we were about to do an episode. I was about to call the Queens. I was, rocking the swag. But then someone was like, "Is $1 million too much money?" And this was coming from Trey. Mad respect. She's very creative, very entrepreneurship mindset, visionary person. Like we're on the same wavelength on a lot of stuff, except for if $1 million is too much money for one person to have. I think it was coming from, we were in Ghana, in Accra, or at this point we were in Cape Coast, and we were seeing how people live happy lives with nowhere close to $1 million. These are people who live literally right on the beach, like steps away from the beach. In California, their real estate would be worth millions of dollars, and they're just sitting there chilling, cooking up some fish, going out into the ocean, grabbing some fish, like just living regular life on easily $1 million worth of real estate, but they seem happy. They seem content. So is $1 million too much? Do you really need $1 million? Queen.
Yes.
Answer the question.
My answer is no. Now, I think it does depend on the amount. I'm not going to say that there is no amount of money that's too much. $1 billion, arguable.
Yeah.
Arguable. That it's too much for one person to have, because that's a lot of power too. But $1 million, in my very humble opinion, in today's society, I do not think, and in this country, in this state, that is not too much money. Now, going back to some lyrics that I like to quote you on, and I want to get them right this time.
Because your boy got bars.
Money only multiplies the motives that's inside
of you. Yes.
Okay. All right. I got it right that time. So
left side with a scheme looking for a roof. Money only multiplies the motives that's inside of you.
So if you as a person have shady motives, maybe you don't need $1 million because it's going to be a lot of power. And if you're going to do bad with $50, you're going to do even more bad with $1 million.
Listen, if you got a bad scheme with $50, yeah, you're
it's
an
not
evil
looking
genius.
Good for you, right? But if you are a person with good intentions who puts good out into the world with $50, then you are only going to put more good out into the world with $1 million. So I feel like that mindset kind of comes from the fear of, or from the old mindset that money is the root of all evil. And that is, I love that E.T., shout out to E.T., he kind of corrects this, and that's kind of a misquote of what the Bible was trying to say. That's where a lot of people get that. It's actually the love of money that is the root of all evil. But money itself is just a tool. It is just a tool to get an exchange of services, an exchange of information, right? So it is a tool to multiply the motives that are inside of you. Literally. So again, I do think that there are certain people out there who should not have access to that much money because, again, they're going to use it for shady purposes. They're going to be trying to get over on people. They're going to be trying to, stifle communities of people. But to those out there who are trying to do good into the world, there's a lot of good that can be done with $1 million. We were just talking about ET, right? He sends people to college. Yep. He, helps people with medical bills. Like he does all of these things that he would not be able to do if he didn't have access to that money. So, and as a nutshell, my answer is no. $1 million is not too much for a person with good motives.
Oh, yeah, agreed. Y'all let us know what you think about that. Is $1 million too much, or is it too little? How much money is enough, right? Thank you for supporting the M4 show and our mission to increase the wealth of Black families.
If you received any value from this episode, any value at all, any, do us a favor and give us a like and subscribe on YouTube and Apple, Spotify, Anything, all of them, all of them. Wherever you listening, go ahead and like and subscribe.
And after you like and subscribe, make sure you send this episode to at least one family that you really want to see win. We'll catch y'all next time.